Hi, this is John from Ivy Tech coming to you today to show you how to set up your student MyIvy account. As a dual enroll student with Ivy Tech, you have access to a couple of different accounts. The first one is dual enroll, which is at ivytech.dualenroll.com and looks like this. This is where you created your dual enroll account to set up your dual credit application and also where you register each semester for dual credit coursework. You have access to a separate account called MyIvy, which is where you access the knowledge assessment if you need to complete the assessment to qualify to meet the prerequisite for your dual credit classes. MyIvy also has a variety of other helpful resources, such as your Ivy Tech email, library and tutoring services, and some other helpful features that we'll talk about in just a moment. So if you are new to dual enroll and have never completed a dual credit application, you need to use the Create My Dual Enroll Account button on the top right page. I'll link to a walkthrough video up in the top right showing you how to set up your dual enroll account and complete the application. If you're returning to dual enroll, you'll use the username and password login on the left-hand side. It's really important that if you already have a dual enroll account that you do not create a new account, a duplicate account. You need to use your information to log in. If you don't know what that is, you've forgotten that, then just use this forgot your username or password information below, and that will walk you through getting that information and getting back into your account. Once you log into dual enroll, you'll see a screen that looks kind of like this. If you have courses available to register, they'll be right here for you. But for today, we're going to click on the profile option in the top left-hand side. There is a new feature in dual enroll that makes it really easy to access your Ivy Tech information. Over on the right-hand menu, if your application is complete, all these menu items will be white. If there's anything that you need to update or complete for your application, then those menus will be orange, letting you know you need to update that information. But if your application is complete, you'll have access to this MyIvy account menu now, which is a new feature in dual enroll that gives you access to all of your Ivy Tech information. So you can see your Ivy Tech student ID number is right here. That is your C number, as we call it at Ivy Tech. And also your Ivy Tech email address is right there as well for you. You have links to a couple of things. This is the MyIvy account setup video. You also have access to a knowledge assessment walkthrough video right here. So you could click this log into MyIvy button. It'll take you right over to MyIvy. So this is what your MyIvy page looks like. It's available at myivy.ivytech.edu. If this is your very first time here, then you need to click that blue first time here button to set things up for the very first time. It's really important that this information match exactly the information that you put in on your dual credit application. So your C number is right here. If you need to remember how you put in your date of birth, your zip code, all of that information is right here under the student address page. So this information needs to match the information that was in dual enroll. For today's purposes, I'm going to use a different account for demoing this, but you'll go ahead and put in all the information here. You should be able to copy and paste that over from dual enroll. Occasionally, MyIvy does not like copy and pasted information. So if it's giving you any trouble, you may need to just type that information in. It's important to note the date of birth does need to be in a specific format, as you can see it here. I'm going to copy over from dual enroll, and you'll see when I try to do that, it's going to give me an error. It says your date should match this format. It just means I need to put in slashes instead of the hyphens. So put that information in there. If any other information here is incorrect, it's going to give you an error message on that piece of information as well. If you have verified that all of this information matches what is in dual enroll, but still receive an error, then you need to reach out to your K-14 team locally at Ivy Tech. Your college coach can help you figure out exactly what information is incorrect and how to get that set up to get into MyIvy. So verify you're not a robot and click continue. It's going to ask next for a recovery email. So on this page, you want to put in an email address that you have access to that will give you a confirmation email. So in this case, just use an alternate email. If you're a dual credit student, it's really important to use your high school email address here so that that's the one in the system that you'll receive. And it'll let you know Ivy Tech email addresses are not allowed in this case. You're not using your Ivy Tech email here. You're using a separate email to log in and access dualenroll.com. So once you've put that in, you'll need to check your email. So head over to the email that you put in there. Find that confirmation code that you've been sent. And then you'll drop that right in there. Now, your Ivy Tech password is required to be fairly complex. So it has to be at least 8 characters long. And it has to contain at least 3 out of 4 of these character types. Best recommendation is just to put in all 4 types. So some sort of special character, examples are over there for you, some sort of number, uppercase letters, and lowercase letters. It's also important to note that you cannot reuse old passwords. So if you are resetting your MyIvy password, you cannot use the same one that you've used previously. You also cannot include any part of your name or your username. So first or last name, you can't use those. Initials are okay. So if you'd like to use your initials, you could do that. So go ahead and put in a password. It's going to check to see if it meets those criteria. If it doesn't, it's going to let you know that you need to check your criteria again. All right, my password's been set. I do have this message here that you need to allow a few minutes for the changes to take effect before attempting to log into MyIvy. So it does take our system a few minutes to sync those changes. You can see your Ivy Tech email is available here again for you as well. Again, that should be the same email that is available right here for you in Dual Enroll. I'm using a separate account for demo purposes today, so don't let that throw you off. Once you have your password set, then you could come back over to the MyIvy tab and click that green login button. And that will let you log into MyIvy. Again, remember to use your Ivy Tech email when you're logging into MyIvy here. So this email right here is what you need to use for logging into MyIvy. It'll ask for your password, so put that password in. If you get an error message that your password's incorrect, if you just reset your password, then just give it another few minutes, up to 5 minutes or so for that to sync back up. But this is your MyIvy account. Once you're able to get in, it should look like this. You have access to your Ivy Tech email right up here in the top. The knowledge assessment is available right over here under your quick link section, and you have access to other helpful features as well. You could check out the MyIvy resources guide on the YouTube channel for some other videos that'll help you walk through MyIvy resources.